Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. In this video, we'll delve into a comprehensive breakdown of the upcoming NFL matchups, offering our expert betting picks and in-depth analysis. We'll cover Minnesota Vikings versus Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars versus Detroit Lions, Las Vegas Raiders versus Miami Dolphins, and Indianapolis Colts versus New York Jets. Our analysis goes beyond the basics, looking at team dynamics, player performances, and key stats to provide well-reasoned predictions. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just exploring the world of sports betting, our insights aim to give you the edge for these exciting matchups. Stay tuned for detailed predictions and actionable advice. Minnesota Vikings versus Tennessee Titans. Betting analysis. The Tennessee Titans are facing a tough road ahead, having failed to cover the spread in 4 straight home games this season. Despite a narrow overtime win over the Patriots, they have been largely inept against the spread in 2024, with just 1 win in 9 attempts. In fact, their recent struggles at home are telling, including a failure to cover even against a struggling New England team. On the flip side, the Minnesota Vikings are a much stronger side this year, boasting an impressive 66.7% success rate against the spread in 2024. Their offense is ranked in the top half of the league in several key categories, with significant advantages over the Titans' bottom-tier offense. Moreover, Minnesota's defense ranks among the league's top 10 in multiple areas, including points allowed per game, which gives them a major edge in this matchup. Bet recommendation: Vikings minus 6 points. The Titans' struggles are compounded by their inability to score, particularly at home. They've been held to 17 points or fewer in every home game this season and have found it difficult to cover the point spread. Minnesota's defense, meanwhile, has been stellar, and while the Titans' defense has been respectable in limiting opponents' yards, they will likely be outmatched by the Vikings' offensive firepower. Take the under, 39.5 points. While both teams have defensive strength, the Titans' offensive woes are likely to keep the score low. The Vikings' defense has been excellent at stifling opponents, and with Tennessee's offense ranked near the bottom of the league, it's hard to imagine a shootout. The Titans have seen the point total go under in 3 of their 4 home games this season, which aligns with a low-scoring prediction for this matchup. Expect a relatively quiet, defensive-minded game. Jacksonville Jaguars versus Detroit Lions. With Jacksonville already confirmed to be without star quarterback Trevor Lawrence and facing multiple other key injuries, this matchup is shaping up to be a tough outing for the Jaguars. Players like running back Tank Bigsby, wide receivers Brian Thomas Jr. and Gabe Davis, and offensive lineman Brandon Scherff are all listed as questionable, further weakening an already strained roster. Jacksonville's defense, ranked dead last in yards allowed per game, 390.6 YPG, is unlikely to provide much resistance against one of the league's most potent offenses. On the other hand, the Detroit Lions come into this game with a high-powered offense that has been averaging a league-best 31.6 points per game. Their ability to stretch out a lead and exploit Jacksonville's defensive vulnerabilities makes them a clear favorite. While the Jaguars' defense struggles in multiple areas, including completion rate against 69.9% and passing yards allowed 8.0 YPA, Detroit will be able to move the ball at will. Given the mismatch, this game has the potential to turn into a blowout. Bet recommendation: Detroit Lions minus 13.5 points. With a severely undermanned Jacksonville squad and an explosive Lions offense, Detroit is in a prime position to dominate. The Jaguars' defensive struggles will only be magnified against a team capable of scoring at will, and without Trevor Lawrence leading the charge, Jacksonville's chances of keeping this game within 2 touchdowns are slim. Take the over, 46.5 points. While this total might seem high, the offensive firepower on display, especially from the Lions, suggests a game that could easily surpass this number. Detroit has posted 42-plus points in a third of their games this season, and Jacksonville's inability to stop the pass or prevent touchdowns in the red zone will likely contribute to a high-scoring affair. The Lions aren't shy about running up the score, making the over a solid play in this blowout scenario. Prediction: Lions minus 13.5 and over 46.5 points. Las Vegas Raiders versus Miami Dolphins. The Las Vegas Raiders are in the midst of a tough stretch, struggling with an offense that has shown little life. Their lack of a running game and inability to generate consistent offensive production puts them at a significant disadvantage here. Quarterback Gardner Minshew has not been able to elevate the offense, and facing the Dolphins' defense could exacerbate those issues. If Miami's defense can handle the challenge posed by Matt Stafford, Minshew is unlikely to provide much resistance. On the other hand, the Miami Dolphins come into this matchup with a strong offense led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who has shown continued improvement after recovering from a serious hit earlier in the season. The connection between Tua and wide receiver Tyreek Hill has been a major highlight, and this game sets up well for them to continue that productive streak. Miami has been in solid form, sitting at 8-2 straight up and 6-3-1 against the spread in their last 10 matchups with the Raiders. Bet recommendation: Miami minus 7.5 points. Given Las Vegas struggles and Miami's ability to control the game on both sides of the ball, the Dolphins should be able to cover this spread. Their offense is more dynamic, and with a defense capable of handling what Las Vegas has to offer, Miami should win by more than a touchdown. Take the under, 55 points. While both teams have explosive potential, the high total here feels inflated, given the current form of both offenses. Miami has been inconsistent in terms of scoring, failing to hit 27 points in a game this season and posting under 12 points in 4 contests. The Raiders have also struggled to reach 20 points in several games this year, making it hard to envision both teams contributing to a high-scoring game. Even if Miami explodes offensively, it's likely that Las Vegas will struggle to keep up. Prediction: Miami minus 7.5 and under 55 points. Indianapolis Colts versus New York Jets. The Indianapolis Colts have had success against the New York Jets, winning 3 of their last 4 matchups. Despite the Jets' struggles, especially as favorites, they continue to face challenges on both sides of the ball. The most notable issue is their inability to contain the run, which plays directly into the Colts' strength, particularly with Jonathan Taylor. Additionally, the Colts' shift to rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson provides an added dynamic to their ground game, which could make a big difference in this matchup. On the Jets' side, quarterback Aaron Rodgers has been battling injuries, and age may be catching up with him. The Jets have lost 4 of their last 5 games as favorites, further highlighting their struggles to cover the spread and assert dominance in games they should win. Indianapolis has been effective against AFC opponents, covering 6 of their last 7 games, making them a strong pick to cover the spread here, especially with their superior run game. Bet recommendation: Indianapolis plus 4 points. Given the Colts' ability to control the ball on the ground, especially with Jonathan Taylor and Richardson's mobility, they should be able to keep this game close or potentially pull off the upset. With the Jets' offensive woes, Indianapolis is in a prime position to cover the spread or even win outright. Take the under, 44 points. Both teams are not known for high-scoring games, and while the Colts have a solid offense, they'll be facing a tough Jets defense ranked 10th in points allowed. With both teams relying heavily on the run and controlling the clock, this game is likely to be slower paced with fewer possessions, leading to a lower scoring affair. The Colts' struggles on the road and the Jets' inability to consistently put up points reinforce this expectation. Prediction: Colts plus 4 and under 44 points.